So here's a disclaimer for you. This video is a little more ranty than what I would normally do, but the way Deandre Ayton is being treated in the Suns offense needs to be talked about, so we're going to do that now. In this game against the Hawks, Trae Young hit a three-pointer to tie the game up with 4 minutes left to go, and from that point on, the Suns offense got really stupid because they don't realize what they have in Deandre Ayton. Here's a play for you. Ayton sets a screen for Tyler Johnson, and then it turns into Mikal Bridges in the corner. That's a makeable pass right there. Ayton has got a head of steam going towards the rim, and a better playmaker could make that play happen. Then Mikal Bridges just kind of dribbles around, and eventually it turns into a Kelly Oubre three-pointer. If we look back to Bridges' drive, Spellman is not that close to Ayton right there. That could have been a pass. This could also be an alley-oop. We'll talk about later how the Suns really need a playmaker this offseason. Devin Booker tries to post up on Trae Young and throws up what appears to be a turnaround jump shot. We have another screen. This time turns into a contested Mikal Bridges three-pointer. Once again, Devin Booker has Deandre Ayton with some room to operate. With only a minute and a half left in the game, he finally gets a pass thrown to him that had no chance of actually connecting. And then with the Suns down 4, Devin Booker tries to go baseline. Mikal Bridges three-pointer, that wasn't close. Right here, Deandre Ayton in a position where he could catch this, especially because he's got Kent Bazemore as his primary defender, but Devin Booker didn't see him. Tyler Johnson attempts to do whatever the hell this is supposed to be. And then we've got a Devin Booker contested three-pointer. They lose that game, and for that game against the Hawks, Deandre Ayton took 8 shots. I mean, sure, Tyler Johnson was efficient, but this is not okay. But we have another one against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ayton being used pretty much as a screen setter, and then he walks away so Devin Booker can do something in isolations. Jamal Crawford decides to hoist up a three-pointer, and if we look at that once again, oh yeah, your number 1 overall pick is open on a roll right now, and a 40-year-old is shooting a contested three. That's just beautiful. Another pick and roll. Ayton finally gets it. He throws a dart to the corner. Josh Jackson tries to get it to him, but the entry pass is horrible. Another reason why the Suns need a veteran point guard this offseason. Josh Jackson attempts to take matters into his own hands here, perhaps some hero ball. By the way, Deandre Ayton, right there, could have easily made a pass to him, but a lot of these Suns players get tunnel vision. The defense traps Devin Booker on the screen. That ends up in Tyler Johnson's hands. I think you can see where the screenshot is going to be. I mean, I don't know if Ayton can actually score there, but he's clearly the guy who should be receiving the pass right now. But let's not get too upset. He actually gets a shot attempt on this one. Their low post phenom gets a 16-footer. Like, really? That's what he's getting? I mean, here he's setting a screen for Kelly Oubre. Who thinks this is going to be a good play? Alright, at least Devin Booker in his hands makes sense, and to be fair, this play may be Deandre Ayton's fault, but part of me thinks the reason why he commits to the other screen so fast is because the coaches are not egging him on to be aggressive rolling to the rim enough. Another Devin Booker contested three. I don't want to kill Devin too much because the Suns need his offense, but there's still a lot of bad plays here. I mean, this one, like, just throw it in Ayton's area code and he's going to get that. There's no defender that's near him at that point. And then we have a Kelly Oubre contested three, so that's always nice. This Cleveland game, Deandre Ayton, 9 shots. You just can't have that. And this is for the season. I mean, look at this. How is Deandre Ayton in the middle of the pack with the Suns' shot attempts? And what's even worse is, number 1, I have no idea who that is on the Lakers. But number 2 is, the worst thing that says is that they're not even thinking about throwing the ball to Ayton, because all those plays where he's just floating around, setting screens, handoff plays, they don't understand what they have in him. This is a guy that you can just throw the ball to on the low post, and he can create offense for you. He can score on bigs. It doesn't just have to be on little guys, but he's not getting the opportunities. Now, you could argue that Ayton should be a little more demanding. I get that, but a lot of this is on the coaches. And I will give you this. I think Kelly Oubre has shown some good signs for Phoenix. He's had a couple decent games with his point totals and his efficiency. I still think his best role is as an off-ball guy, but I can understand why the Suns would want to try to get him going a little bit, but if it's at the expense of Deandre Ayton, then you need to do it in a different way. Now as for Josh Jackson, if we're going to look at the gap between how good Josh Jackson actually is and how good he thinks he is, it's pretty massive. I don't care if he's been slightly better lately. And the fact that he's stealing possessions from Deandre Ayton is just unacceptable. Tyler Johnson, I mean, he's a guy. If you ask him to lay back, maybe he can be a capable ball handler. But the Suns really need a veteran point, whether it's Ricky Rubio or Rajon Rondo, Jeremy Lin, Patrick Beverly. All of these guys are free agents. They could even try to get Drew Holiday with their extra Bucks pick. It's at least worth a call. They need to do something because Deandre Ayton is being criminally underused by the Phoenix Suns.